Every environment has its inhabitants, animals, plants, and other organisms. In other words, it's very unlikely that you find a species outside of its natural area of distribution. True, but not always. Let's take a look. This algae is an alien, or rather, it's a member of that heterogeneous group of animals and plants found outside of their known area of distribution, and they're called by scientists non-native or non-indigenous species. Why? Because it's found here, outside of its known area of distribution. On an extreme level, we could say that the presence of this plant in the Mediterranean Sea is like the presence of an inhabitant of Mars on the planet Earth. The study of these species starts with two fundamental questions. How did they arrive in an area different from their native habitat, and what do they change about the area in which they're hosted? The Mediterranean Sea is a basin which is particularly adapted to this kind of research. Since the 1970s, in fact, the number of non-indigenous species has increased exponentially. Today, the number of exotic species present in the Mediterranean Sea is about 1,000, and it's estimated that one new species is introduced every week and a half. A real invasion. Let's take a look at the distribution map. And it's here that we ask the first question. How did they arrive here? The Mediterranean Sea has at least three means of access: the Gibraltar Strait, the Bosphorus and Dardanelles, and the Suez Canal. The alien species may have entered from here, but that's not enough. In fact, there is also a human footprint. Marine traffic is one of the causes of introduction of non-indigenous species, which are easily and swiftly transported. The same phenomena takes place with other human activities. The second question, which changes do they bring with them?
Donc, ces espèces non indigènes peuvent devenir invasives et causer beaucoup de problèmes pour la biodiversité, pour la pêche, et causer des problèmes économiques pour les pays méditerranéens. Ces espèces sont une menace et on doit les reconnaître, les suivre et les étudier.
It's important to know that not all non-indigenous species are invasive, but in most cases, the situation we find is decidedly different and worrying. This is the case, for example, of Caulerpa taxifolia, also known as killer algae. The nickname says it all. As if this wasn't enough, some of these alien species can alter the environmental situation so much that they bring with them dangers to humans themselves. The Rhopiloma nomadica jellyfish, typical to the Red Sea or the Indian Ocean, has also started to spread into the Mediterranean Sea via the Suez Canal, causing negative impacts not only for fishing, but also for tourism, as it has a powerful sting. Understanding why and how this invasion began can be difficult, as it's often gradual. It concerns few and is often spotted only by chance.
Donc, la première technique, c'est une technique très facile à mettre en œuvre, c'est le Rapid Assessment Survey, ou évaluation rapide des espèces exotiques. Donc, on a essayé de chercher les espèces exotiques dans une zone à risque. On a collecté toutes les espèces marines qui sont fixées aux quais, aux cordes, aux objets flottants dans la marina.
Port areas are particularly adapted to researching non-indigenous species because marine traffic is one of their main means of diffusion, a hotspot for introduction. The method for monitoring them is very simple and as old as time: observation. Every detail could be interesting. Like port areas, beaches are also good environments for research. Here, the method is also very simple. You only need these few things. Finally, the last questions that need answering are, what should we do? How should we behave? Gathering data can only help us to understand and therefore alleviate the phenomena. And every program which allows gathering information should be supported and sustained. However, A problem that extends on such a large scale can only be tackled with an overall approach. In other words, through the principles and tools of the ecosystem approach. This means that to achieve an effective and long-lasting conservation, all the components of the ecosystem must be considered. Starting from the biological and ecological aspects, crossing to the economy and policy, up to the involvement of the citizen communities. Conservation means knowledge, so to achieve the good environmental status of the Mediterranean Sea, an overall monitoring program must be implemented